Good morning and welcome to the morning break. We're trying new music out during the month of April, and you know what? No, I thought it was going to be cool because it's called cinematic, and we're going to talk about movies and films today. Uh, so I saw that when we were doing this setup today, and I thought we're going there. I know this is not it. So if you've got an idea, by the way, for some open music, always send it to me because this is kind of the fun part about doing this. We're now, and this is hard to believe, we're 6 months now into doing this show 3 days a week. What started as a radio show on the radio station I own has evolved. And my wife and I were actually talking about that this morning. We were talking about plans and how things work. And yeah, that was it. A year ago, I wasn't doing this. I didn't feel like it was what God wanted at the time. I knew it was what God wanted, but I didn't want to do it. Have you ever been in one of those positions? That's where I was. Uh didn't want to do it. Just was like, yeah, I don't have time. You know, all the excuses you have when you're talking to God. All the ones that you have, all the standards, I don't have time, I don't have the money, I don't have whatever it is, whatever your excuse is. Yeah, and that was it for me. I kind of went, I don't have time for this. I've got so many other things going on that how do I balance this into my work life? And it's been amazing. To me, it's so much fun getting a chance to do this Monday through Wednesday. Now, tomorrow we're off. We didn't plan a show for tomorrow because of some other things, some obligations I had. So unfortunately, I won't be able to do tomorrow's show, but we'll be back next week, and we've got some great guests lined up. My buddy John Somerville is going to be with us next Tuesday, and that is one you do not want to miss. Hey, time for the My Hyphen Snackies look in, Cam. We are going to head over there. We're headed to South Carolina. And again, doing a little South Carolina kind of thing and looking in the My Hyphen Snackies look in, Cam. It looks gorgeous there. It's gorgeous here, though. So I can't complain too much today. There are days where I'll complain about how the weather is here in beautiful Ohio. But today, beautiful day, a little overcast, but that's okay. So a lot of interesting things going on. That we're going to talk about a couple of them things I found interesting. Yesterday was a neat study came out again, and my wife and I love to travel, so that's kind of one of our things. And a new study came out yesterday. Of course, we talked about the travel part where more and more people are doing the whole uh, going by car instead of flying. Interesting study though that came out that I thought was interesting, at least. People under 35 were asked about road trip versus airline. An interesting number, 73% of people under the age of 35 said they would rather fly than drive. I'm with them. And I'm not in that age bracket, but I totally agree with them. I would rather fly also. So kind of interesting. I think we're going to start to see that skew a lot more that way. It's kind of one of those things we talked about. You ready? Tomorrow's tax day, 15th. You ready for this? A lot of people waiting till the last minute. Interesting study on that also, that over 60% of Americans file on or just before tax day, which I thought would have been higher. I thought I would have been lower. Excuse me. I thought there'd been more people that would have filed early. Get their tax refund, get their year going. Um, I don't get a tax refund. I've owned my own company for so long that it's sad. I pay, so I wait. Mm. Coffee's amazing today. By the way, the great folks at 7 Weeks Coffee at 7weekscoffee.com. Use the promo code ATV10. Actually, I've told you about it over the last couple of shows. We're going to be having the founder of 7 Weeks Coffee on the show. We're working that out. It's going to be in May. 7 Weeks Coffee, though, incredible coffee. Go to 7weekscoffee.com. Use the promo code ATV10 when you order your coffee. couple other things going on today, and I love always you coming up and giving you some educational information, because that's kind of what the start of the morning break, because it's kind of the concept, and we started the show by talking about the fact that this is 6 months of doing it this way, and of doing it 3 days a week. And the thing that one of the things that I always wanted to do in this starting segment was be like us, just hanging out, maybe grabbing a cup of coffee and talking about stuff that kind of interests me. One of those things that interests me, of course, is always food. Today is National Pecan Day. Now, it's not National Pecan Pie Day, which is a different day, but I think the only way to celebrate National Pecan Day would be with a pecan pie and some ice cream. That's my choice. So National Pecan Day today. When we come back, John Lewis is going to be with us. This is a cool interview. It's one you don't want to miss. Hang around for that. We're going to do that after these very important messages.
Behind every precious life, there was a choice. Behind every family moment, behind every special memory, there was a choice. A life of joy. A life that is beautifully and wonderfully made. At 7 Weeks Coffee, we are funding the pro-life movement, one cup at a time. Will you let your coffee serve a greater purpose?
Great, folks. It's 7 Weeks Coffee. That's 7weekscoffee.com. Use the promo code ATV10 when you order. By the way, the other thing that I missed, by the way, today is National Look Up at the Sky Day. When you were a kid, didn't you do that? Like lay somewhere like in the grass and just look up at the sky? We miss out on stuff like that. I don't know about you, but that's what I miss. Hey, John Lewis, sir, it is good to have you on the show today. Do you ever just lay in the grass and look up at the sky? Because today's your day, my friend. This is it.
What about laying on the front of your car, looking up at the sky and just enjoying the beauty that God's made for us, right?
Oh, completely. That was when you're young. And John and I are probably very similar age-wise. But do you remember, like in high school, like that was a Saturday night, just going out on the hood of your car, because you had freedom with having a car. That was amazing. That was all you had, though. And so that was kind of the start of what you had. And yes, go just lay out and talk with your friends. Of course, that was pre-Facebook, Instagram, and all those other social media, which I'm thankful for, because if there's no record of it on social media, it did not happen. That's the way I look, John. I'd never admit. People like it's one reason why I don't let my friends from high school and college like on my Facebook, because I don't want them reminding people of what I did back then.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Hey, tell us a little bit about what you do, John. I was super curious. I started doing some research on you yesterday, and it's really neat what you're into. Tell everybody and introduce yourself.
Well, hi, I'm John Lewis, and I'm the executive producer along with my wife and another handful of people, amazing people, and we're trying to do social impact films that make a difference in the community. I'm a pastor, I'm a licensed minister, and I do missions trips, but doing the film and the social impact stuff is amazing because we all want to do something, right? And so using the lens of cinema to get people to look at issues that are hard in a different perspective, I'm finding fascinating, and it's been an amazing journey.
I love what you're saying, of course, because John's got the it says no address. Here's what I'm going to do, John. I'm going to give you just a second. I'm going to let you talk about no address, and I'm going to step out of the screen so people can see the cool background that you have. So talk about no address, and I will move off screen.
Okay. So the movie No Address was done after we did a documentary, and it basically shows how homelessness can happen to anyone. And you can see in the background of the picture, there's, people living in tents and living on the streets as we see every day, and nobody thinks much of it. They just kind of walk by and are numb to it by this point in time. But it will show a group of characters like William Baldwin, a Grammy Award winning Ashante, Beverly D'Angelo, Ty Pennington, a great cast. They find themselves unexpectedly homeless, living on the streets, and then having to come together as a family and being a family and looking after each other on the streets. It's an amazing story, and it really highlights hope and how you can come together, and more importantly, how we're one paycheck away, some of us, from being homeless. And it could happen to anyone. And I guarantee you, people listening to this podcast have experienced it or know somebody in their family who's experienced it as well. So it's very touching, it's very inspiring, and it's been a movement, quite frankly, across the country. And we're so excited that God's allowed this to happen and to be a small part of it. It's just amazing.
So is this the Ty Pennington that had the show that was? I gotta ask, because is that kind of irony with the homeless part? I don't know. I wanted to ask John. That's my sense of humor. I'm just gonna say it right there.
That's funny. Yes, that's Dream Home Makeover, Ty Pennington. Move that bus, Ty Pennington.
Yes, that guy.
Yes, that guy. A great guy. Great guy.
So here's a question I have for you, and it was one I thought of yesterday. And it is kind of what you said is it touches a lot of people. Homelessness does, but it's also, I think, an underlying part for a lot of people is the fear of homelessness.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's real. How sad is that people these days, in our given times, are that worried that, hey, if I don't get this job or this side job, or if I don't get this bonus, we're going to be out on the streets. It's real, and it's sad. And I really believe that the movie highlights the situation and also shows hope and redemption of what you can do to overcome it and the sources and resources that are out there. So it's.
So how the concept for No Address, how did that all start? Walk everybody through, because I always find this kind of interesting. So that's why I want to talk about that.
Well, we worked on, Robert Craig and I worked on another social impact film called Maya, and it was about a human sex trafficking type of a film. And the director and writer, Julia Verdon, had come across and written this screenplay, No Address. And Robert Craig was looking for another social impact project, and he came across this and just couldn't put it down. And they decided to do a documentary first, which the team loaded up in a bus and went to like 23 or 24 states across the country, all the way to New York, hitting all of the homeless shelters and all of the big government agencies that are working with homeless issues. It was so overwhelming, Rob, that they said, we've got to do more. There was so much content that was gathered and meeting and telling individual stories of people on the street, actually telling their story and hearing them. They want to talk and tell you, this was my story. This is how I got here. And we're like, we got to do a film. We got to do a movie now. The documentary was amazing because it showed what was being done, what was working, and more importantly, what wasn't working, and how everybody can get involved to help. And then we've taken that information and turned it into the movie to just really let an audience sink in of how this could happen to them and how they had to work together to survive the streets. So it's been quite a movement, and we're so excited to be part of this and to continue it. And luckily with people like you allowing us to have some time on the show, it's continuing to allow the movement to move forward, because every day you're going to go to lunch today and you might walk out and walk past a whole row of homeless people and not think twice to say, hi, how's your day? Hey, did you look up at the sky today? Talk with them, ask them how they got there. We just don't do that, and we need to do that because they want to tell their story. They want someone to see them for who they are and that they're just not invisible. That was the word we heard a lot. People just think we're invisible.
Wow. And see, it's scary. And I think of it because I used to live in Seattle, and we of course had a huge problem in Seattle. It's very well documented. I'm not breaking any news this morning, John. But it's scary to think that, and it's sad to think, in my opinion, that there are times where I didn't see them. I knew they were there, but you're so caught up in your life that you're not seeing it. And I think how sad is because what you just talked about, it could be a friend of a friend, or it could be your own family members that may be struggling in this area. And so I have I'm a challenge guy. So I'm going to ask you to do this, John. Give everybody a challenge of what they can do. What's one simple thing? Because this is huge. And we're going to talk more about the movie here in a second. But I really felt that we needed to talk about this. And you as a pastor understand sometimes you divert from what the original is. But what can my viewers that watch Abundant TV, what can they do to help make an impact in the homeless community in their area?
Well, first off, just recognizing that someone's there. And if you're safe, ask them, hey, how's your day going? Can I pray with you? Those are great starts. Just acknowledging that they're there, smiling. A smile goes a long way, as my wife said. Just smiling, say, hey, I see you. How's your day going? How did you get here? You'd be surprised that they want to talk. They want to tell their story. They want to be seen. They want to be recognized. That just the human compassion for one. That's just one small thing. The other thing is try to get involved with the homeless shelter that's working. Like we're partnered with the Salvation Army, and they're amazing. And they really have they have funding, they have shelters, they have bedding. They do a great job. The gospel, and just serve somebody food. Go out and prepare meals for somebody through a shelter. I mean, these are just simple things, but it's a start for everybody to come together and just do something, and hopefully continue to inspire our elected officials to do something, because without them, this issue is going to just continue to just kind of flatline. We're doing grassroots movements. We have churches doing things all over the country, and it's amazing, but we need more. We need more of this.
Have we seen, and you're closer to this than I am, have we seen an increase in homelessness, do you think?
There has been, if you look at the statistics, which I don't know how accurate they are, but there is a slight increase that's been going on. It kind of goes up and down. And one of the things that the documentary did is it told stories of different groups in Texas and different places around the country that are actually making a difference, because you have mental health. Mental health is a huge part of it as well. You have addiction. And so they're addressing those issues. It's not just giving somebody a bed, giving them a meal, giving them some money and some fresh clothes. It's addressing mental health issues, addressing addiction, and getting them plugged into the right resources. So it is working. We just need to duplicate this model and continue across the country and getting our officials involved. And it would hopefully solve this problem. I mean, there's people that want to be homeless because they want to be homeless, but there are many, including children, that don't deserve to be and don't want to be.
And I think the neat thing you said there, or the takeaway there that needs to be, is that sometimes there's core issues that need to be addressed besides, because I think sometimes people take it, well, they want to be that way. And it's not a lot of times, like you said, it could be an addiction. And they've hit rock bottom. And we need to do that. Tell us a little bit more about the movie. I want to hear more. I'm sorry, I got us off onto this because this really affected me since I started reading yesterday, and so I wanted to get off because I want to get our people. We have a great audience, and I want to get them activated in this. But I want to talk about the movie too.
Okay. Well, I think our team told you we were honored to have this movement continue on. We just got back from the NRB, the National Religious Broadcaster Convention. As in broadcasting, it's huge. And we won first place for the best film for limited theatrical release. And that was a huge honor, again, giving this movement more gravity and just pushing it out there for people. And at the end, remind me, because I've got some special information for you, some exciting news breaking.
Ooh, I like exciting news. Okay.
About the movie. So remind me at the end.
Yes.
Of it. But anyway, the movie itself is it's bringing awareness and education. And we even created some amazing tools and resources. It wasn't just a movie, because we thought, gosh, that's just not enough. So there was a novel written by Ken Abraham, 15 or 16-time best-selling author, wrote the novel for the movie. And so if you're a reader, you can get that. And then Ashanti, of course, the Grammy-winning artist, she did the audio book for the movie.
Very cool.
Okay, what do we do? We've got churches. We're viewing at churches and Salvation Armies and promotions. Dr. Robert Marbert, he did the study guide. Now, he is a 3-time presidential czar on homelessness. This guy is an expert, and he wrote an amazing study guide. So your church could take the movie No Address and watch it, and then there's a study guide for your missions groups or your teams that are going out there into the fields and working with people in the parks, showing how you can work with everybody. And then also we're giving back. One of the nice things about it is if you happen to watch this movie, rent this movie, stream this movie, we're getting back 50% of net proceeds to these shelters. So it's a grassroots movement, and we're giving back. It was something to create awareness and to do something with the Salvation Army across the countries and different 501c3s that are actually making a difference by giving back. And so when your viewers want to do something great, just watching it, streaming it, sharing it, talking about it is helping the movement across the country. And we're so excited and so honored to be here and be on your show. So,
well, John, hey, where can they stream it?
So if you go to noaddressmovie.com, you're going to see everything. It will show the streaming platforms. It will talk, if you scroll down, you'll see stuff about the documentary. And then also some exciting news coming up. You'll see in the end of it there too. We're super excited. But
John could be my new friend. He likes to tease things like I do. So we're it's like, it's coming up, you know. So they can do all those things. And I love what you just said, because I think we need to see churches get involved. And I love that there's a workbook. So this kind of walks the people through what they need to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's great. We're so excited on how impacting it is. Everybody that has put on a showing of the project and has come away, and it's touched all the groups that have seen it, and we're seeing an impact, and we call it a movement because that's really what it's turned into. And it wasn't us. This was all God. I mean, we're both faith people. We're a faith-based company, and we believe in God and Jesus Christ and the gospel, and God is just putting his hands on this project, and he's just continuing and allowing us to move forward with it because God's compassionate. He doesn't want this for his people either. You know, the walking through the deserts and wandering is over. We need to work together and get them into the promised land, right? Which is back onto a job and back into a home.
Yeah, I love that. And I love what you said too, because yesterday we talked with Save the Storks. I don't know if you're familiar with their organization. And a lot of the people that use their services that are pregnant are homeless too. And I just thought, how scary. And that was not planned. My team did not plan this week, but it's turned out to be really cool because this is also something that needs to be addressed and needs to be addressed by the church. And I think sometimes, and I'm a pastor's kid, so I can say this, sometimes we get uncomfortable with uncomfortable topics. We don't want to talk about, we'd rather talk about a potluck than we would rather than talking about the homeless. And right. No shade, because I'm there with you. I'm, like, ooh, that seems like a hard topic. Let's move on. But we really need to have this addressed. And what a great way to outreach to the community. We talk about as and you're a pastor, so I'm sure you talk about this, is how are we reaching the community? How are we doing something to impact the community? Well, this is something that can impact your community. And now my other question, because I'm a pastor's kid, and I told you that just now, is can churches stream this and have it for their congregation? Do you have a special way to do it for them, or is it, how do you work that?
Absolutely. We have ways for them to download the content, stream it with their congregation. We'll help you set it up with your church. They can stream it. They have all the equipment, get the study guide and everything. And literally, and we've been doing this and setting it up. So it's absolutely, if you're listening to this and you want to do something with your congregation, contact us through the show or go to noaddressmovie.com and hit the link and set it, and our publicist and our team will set this up for you. And then also we got some exciting news where you can watch.
Okay, we got to do the exciting news, John, because we're just about out of time. We got like 2 minutes. So what's our exciting news?
All right, so we have been blessed and honored, and we're accepted into the Angel Guild. We've met their criteria. We have got an exclusive 3-year contract with them, and So we'll be on the Angel Guild. We're going to start airing in June because of different things that are coming up with the homeless. It's a great month to start. National Homelessness Month. There's different ones that are coming on, but we'll be streaming and continuing the movement. God is so good that allowed us to get on there and to be another 3 years of this movement. And so we're so excited and so honored to be a part of their amazing lineup of shows that are God-based and gospel. So
That's awesome. So if you have a subscription to Angel Studios, which even though we are a streaming service, we promote Angel. We love the folks there, great people. So if you have a subscription to that, you'll be able to watch this there in June, right?
Yes, absolutely. It'll start in June and then be on there for 3 years. Yes.
That's awesome. Hey, if you're a pastor, get in contact. What is it? No address. What is it again? Oh, shoot. Hold on. I'm going to go full screen so that everybody can see no address. And you tell them how they can get in contact with you.
Sure. noaddressmovie.com, and just go to our page and then, reach out to us. There's a spot there where you can click on it and reach out. So you want to set something up for your congregation, or you can just see the streaming platforms. They're all right there. You can click the links and go right to them. So it's been quite an honor being able to be on here with you, Rob, and sharing a cup of coffee this morning.
Virtual. Here's this bummer part, John. Of course, I was at NRB, and I think that was originally how we kind of got connected, was through your people and our people. We both have people, which is really cool. And unfortunately, we were booked. Otherwise, this would have been an in-person interview. But man, it's so good to get to hang out with you this morning, and definitely go check out the movie. Talk to your pastor about getting this movie and the program in your church, because the reality, we always think of this, and I'm going to leave with this, and you can back me up on this, John, if you've seen the same thing. Homelessness is not just a big city thing. It's any town.
Any town, that's right. Absolutely. And anywhere you go, we have it. And I think after today's podcast, if people can just look around and see and just soak it in for a moment that, hey, wow, look at all these people in my community, and smile, wave, say hello, and you'll change someone's life.
Have the human touch. I love that. John Lewis with us. No Address, the name of the movie. Go stream it. Thank you, John, for being with us today, my friend.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you so much. God bless you.
God bless you too. Wow, John Lewis, cool movie. No Address. Where's the time goes? It just goes by way too fast. No, we're not gonna play that same music. That was terrible. We're not gonna close with that. That cinematic music was. We're still doing this. Still looking for a open close music. If you like to submit something, we'd love to hear about it. Hey, thanks for watching us on the Abundant TV Network live, or if you're watching us on demand the next day, that's cool too. We don't mind that. But thank you so much. Thanks for being a part of it as we celebrate 6 months on the air. Hey, you've goofed off long enough. You've had a half hour. This has been your morning break.